Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? You like the fit? It's not even cold outside. I just wanted to drip and drown a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a minute. How you guys doing? Unemployed? Unemployed behavior? Is that it? Let's get serious, man. Let's fucking get right into it, dude. I see a lot of these videos now. One second, let me Ash Ketchum this shit. I see a lot of videos now on unemployment. Now, this could just be one big psychological operation on me personally, because they're after me. But what about you guys? Have you guys been seeing that? Are they pushing that shit onto you? What's up with that, right? I get a lot of people are unhappy with the way things are going. You just want to say fuck it. Live off grid, have a couple of horses, maybe milk the cows, which is cool if you want to do that. Fuck it. But what's with that sudden shift on the algorithm? What's with that? Unemployment is awesome. You know, there's something to be said there, isn't there? What are we doing? How bad of a country do you have to be, of a society? We live in a society, by the way, that people are pushing out videos saying fuck work, fuck jobs, fuck companies, you know, fuck the government, all that shit. I mean, I think fuck the government's always been a thing. But how bad do you have to be, in this state that nobody really wants to work, especially the younger generation, our generation, Gen Z, whatever fucking alpha bullshit there is after our generation. If you're Gen Alpha, I don't even know why the fuck you're watching this. You should probably like do your homework or something. Um, but yeah, like how bad is it? How bad is it? Nobody wants to work. What does that say? You know, I don't think it's a fault with people. With the, it's not like we're lazy or anything. We're down to work. We People want to work, but they look at the state of the world, and it's like not worth working for. So here's an example, right? Let's say you make minimum wage, McDonald's, fucking put the fries in the bag, little bro. How long after you're working there are you gonna realize you're not gonna own your own home? That's something to think about, right? Not only that, but you're also working towards having to fund you with your tax money foreign fucking warfare. Some deadbeat who lives across the street from you, and then mass migration. Like and I'm not trying to get political here. I'm not. That's not what this channel's about, right? Like immigration's cool if it's limited and everything, right? Um, but this is gonna off put a lot of people from wanting to work. Every fucking time I open YouTube, the algorithm is, yo, man, I'm unemployed now. Yo, and it's awesome. It's great. It's fucking amazing. Which is like, I'm glad you guys, but what are we doing now? What's next? And I'm not asking you personally, the individual behind the screen. I'm asking in general, what next? Like, how are we gonna fix this shit? Are we gonna automate all these jobs? And if we are, what are the rest of us gonna do? Will there be a UBI system? Will there be new other types of jobs that aren't in existence yet? What's next? What's gonna happen? These are the types of questions we got to be fucking asking ourselves. Because if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, corporations are always going to be greedy and they're going to want to save money, right? And the government's not going to help because they're going to work for the companies basically that own them. You got to understand, like, there's a reason why there's so much mass migration, and it's because they would rather hire, someone from overseas who does a way more amount of work than you would at a less rate of pay that you would work for. So, you know, all these issues kind of go back to the same people. And I'm just trying to help you guys out and make you think, like, what are we doing? What's next? Because we have to figure something out. Okay, great. You have to, you, the individual, might have figured out what's good for yourself. And I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad you probably set up a business. I don't know, maybe you found a job that you actually like doing. You did it. You did something. Congratulations, man. Now we gotta fix everything. We gotta fix everything for everybody in general, right? Man, some of these birds, they look like fucking NPCs to me. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm just looking at them and they're just like waddling and shit. But I like them more than I would like people, because if a person is an NPC, it's like, what are you doing? You know? And you're gonna meet, if you ever had a job, if you do work, you've met a lot of NPCs, whether it's your coworkers or like customers you've dealt with. It's like these guys don't have a fucking brain to think with. It's weird. They all have that same fucking stare, like they've been brushing their their fucking teeth with the fluoride. They all have that same stare. Man, people are afraid of each other, man. It's fucking crazy. People back in the day were super friendly with each other. They were less NPC-ish. Dude, I had this fucked up theory. You guys may or may not like this. And I'm not saying I believe in it, right? I'm not saying I'm a believer of this theory or anything, because I don't think I believe in it. It's just a fucked up theory I have, you know. And it's fucked up because it's gonna make you seem like people are not human. They're like, they're like these weird creatures. But my theory is, no, this is not okay. Wait, I'm not gonna say that I believe in this shit. What I'm gonna say is a theory. If you guys believe in this, by the way, don't say you took this shit from me. Uh, that God created a limited amount of souls. Ah, fuck. That sounds fucked up. Okay, so let's scratch that. Let's take it back a notch. Okay, there's a limited amount of souls. And I know this sounds like some Scientology bullshit, but it's not. I didn't take it from them. I swear it. But because I was talking to some people about it. You gotta understand this. There's billions of fucking people in the world, and a lot of them aren't conscious. Like, not like self-aware. They're not conscious in the way that I'm trying to say conscious. Like, self-aware, like able to comprehend, a life outside of like food and water and shelter. You know what I mean? Not in the way like elitists think about us, right? Not in that way. Like, I know elitists, like, they already have everything, and they already they have everything going for them. So the way they see us fucking plebes, or us plebeians, fucking um they see us as NPCs. They see us as fucking peasants, but they believe in like weird esoteric shit and philosophies and occult shit, and they have their own like self fulfillment, desires and achievements and whatever. I'm not saying that's the way I'm creating this theory or giving you this theory. What I'm saying is there's a lot of fucking people in the world who cannot think beyond the basic necessities. And that's I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily. What I'm saying is their existence is very limited in these in the very basics, uh the hierarchies of basic needs, like Maslow's hierarchy. Now, I was talking to like some people about this, you know, some online friends, family, and I'm like, there's so many people out there who behave like on just carnal instincts and desires, and just on that, they're on that low frequency, right? That low wavelength and frequency. It's hard to imagine that there's a soul behind that person. And you know, when I okay, listen, I can already hear backlash, but I've told it one time I told to someone, they're like, whoa, that's fucked up. You can't be saying that, man. I'm not saying I'm saying that. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I don't know, but I'm not saying that they're not human, or you know, like obviously there's probably a guy out there who thinks like, yo, they're not human at all. They're soulless. They have no soul. Go deal with that person. Don't deal with me. I'm not saying that shit. You know, but if okay, if let's say they have a soul, let's say everybody has a soul, or is everyone's soul awakened, or is it at a high frequency? No, it's not activated, not necessarily. It can't be, because there's somebody in India right now who has no Wi-Fi. There's somebody in Africa right now who has no computer, no internet access. There's somebody around the world in some fucked up third world country who has none of this shit, and he's fucking fighting just to get a bean to eat or something, you know, or a banana, something. Now, what do you think about that kind of person? Do you think that this person has full 100% consciousness, self-awareness, a complete soul behind? Have you ever seen like those fucked up videos where like these like uh rich first world people go to like the third world to like try and volunteer and help people out, and there's like these African kids that are just running around, or like just like a broke family in like a village mud hut somewhere, and they're like trying to help out, like I don't know, make like a fucking school or some bullshit like that. And like all you see is like these kids, they're like just staring into the camera, like they're like just staring into the camera because they've never seen that before. They never seen that technology. So you know what I mean? And it's not just the kids, it's the adults too. A lot of the adults are just like standing there too. They're just like, you know, maybe they're drinking like deer blood or some shit. I don't fucking know. Actually, that would be way too much of a luxury there, probably. Deer blood. Yeah. But maybe cockroach blood. No, I'm just playing. Um but that's what I'm trying to say. Like are these people, you know, do they have a soul? We can consider them human. Maybe some of you racist motherfuckers might not. Um, you know, but if we consider them human, do we? And then the next step is, do they have a soul? Some of you might say yes. Some of you might say no. Maybe it's a fragmentation of a soul. Maybe it's a small part of a soul, right? Or maybe everybody just has like a soul, and then they slowly achieve higher activation as they go on with life. And maybe those people are so stuck in that little part of the world where they're only focused on like the basic necessities, that that soul isn't up there yet. But then it makes me question, like, I we live in a first world country, right, guys? I would assume you do. If not, sorry, bro. But if you're in a first world country and you worked with NPCs, does that not almost give you the same vibe as like those starving Africans or those broke like people in India and stuff? And does it not give you like the same? And it's like weird, right? It's like because this person is like a first worlder, he's white, you know, and the way they're just talking is like, oh, how was work today, Karen? It's just like super. If this shit makes it on Twitter, guys, it's all in a context. Don't fucking hate me. Fuck you guys. But that person lived in a first world country their whole life and they're acting like an NPC. They're acting like an NPC. What does that what does that mean? Does that mean he's soulless now? Does that mean he's equal to that third world African who has never seen a fucking iPhone? Is that what it means? Does this person or maybe they're putting themselves in that, maybe they're purposefully putting themselves in that position where they want to come off as an NPC. I don't know. But that's my thing here because I'm in a first world country and I've seen people who act soulless. Like you're not in Africa, bro. Why are you not being real with me right now? I've met Africans who are more real with me sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, man. And then the soul. I mean, I think every human being has a soul. I think that. I genuinely think that. Now, so the activation, that's something else. By the way, if I go missing someday, just know the feds got me. Okay? I would never take my own fucking life. But anyway, nah, dude, I've come across weird YouTube channels, man. Like these motherfuckers just disappear. They come say some crazy shit, something about aliens or something, and boom, vanished. So that's why I'm just giving you guys this little heads up. No, but for real, like who the fuck? We can't even measure because how do you measure a soul? You really can't. It's like supernatural. Dude, there's like soul ties. Have you heard of that shit? Have you heard of that? You fuck someone, your soul remains with them for a minute. It's connected to them. It's like merged. That might be possible. That might be a possibility, but for women only because uh they're the feminine, so they gotta like take in, you know. So there's a piece of the guy left in them with her. I'm sure it affects the guy too, but maybe not at the same level. You know, but dude, the fucking soul, man. The NPCs, the NPCs, man. Dude, if at the end of the day, man, unemployment. So back to unemployment. If you're unemployed, I mean, you still do something. That's my thing. I know you see all these videos on YouTube. Oh, being jobless is awesome, bro. And it's like it's cool, yeah, cool. You're enjoying life, man. Whatever. Um, but like, don't just like not do anything. Like, work towards something. You know, anything you're interested in, right? If it's I don't know, fucking. If it's MMA, I don't know, man. If it's bodybuilding, just work towards something. That's all I could say. Unemployment, right, guys? It's cool. It's awesome. Wear that title proudly, man. Be jobless. Unemployment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.